Have you ever hit a point where you knew something had to change? Where staying the same just wasn't an option? Baby, I'm telling you, that right there, that's the gossip. So, I want to welcome you into today's episode. And today I'll be sharing about my story of transformation, a journey of resilience, self-discovery, setting the tone for empowering and reflective thoughts. Okay, this is the month of November. This month is associated with transformation. I got a guest coming on this month. I'm hoping for some more, but I figured it was only fair to share a little bit about my personal transformation and my journey. So if y'all ready, buckle up. Now I can't give it all because I am working on a little mini series called I Am Black Widow, but I'm going to get straight to the point of transformation. The things that led me there. All right, y'all ready? I'm ready. We ready. Let's go. Of course, my friends, you know where you're at. You're at the Hello Vibes Me Elevation podcast, where we speak of stories of empowerment, personal transformation, and our only mission is to raise vibrations collectively. That is right. This is your host, Crystal Jackson, and thank you for joining us. Now, without further ado, let's go. Let's get into this episode. Quit stalling. Let's find some personal empowerment. Come and get your personal empowerment, boo. That's what I'm going to say. Come get your personal empowerment, boo. Let's do it. Booyah. Friends, all right, it's about that time. So today's episode is entitled my journey through transformation. I'm trying to keep the music on. I'm sorry, y'all. Work with me. There we go. I don't like when it's too loud because baby. All right, so we're gonna open this up with the thought of the day. Hear me out. The wound is the place where the light enters you. The womb is the place where the light enters you, by Rumi, R-U-M-I. This resonates with me, guys, because the place where you're hurt at the most is the part of you that needs to be healed the most, and that is when you can do the most magic. And when I tell you, man, woof, you know how you've been hurt so much you don't even know you're being hurt? It's kind of like that. So let's see, where do I start? Okay, so I'm going to start with a few events from childhood up. But like I said, I don't want to tell the whole story. I want to pinpoint parts of the transformation. Woo! All right, this is crazy. But you know what? I am open to sharing my story with the world. So first, let me just start off by saying, let me formally introduce myself. I am Crystal Jackson. I am consciousness. I am raising vibrations collectively. I am is very important. What you say after I am, you're inviting into your life. So I like to invite positive energy into my life. It was not always like this. I am now the proud owner of Creations by Us, which is Creations BUYUS, beautiful, unique, youthful, unapologetically sassy. This is where I make it my mission to raise vibrations through creations. I create everything by hand, my jewelry, all unique. The brand is Anything But Normal. And I love making unique, exotic earrings. But I've been focused more on the I Am Consciousness collection, where it's just a lot of beaded earrings and things like that. But I can make all kinds of jewelry, bracelets, necklace, earrings. I haven't really stepped into the Anything But Normal brand because I'm working on the I Am Consciousness collection. I got a few other collections. I have a cosmetic line, Genuine Vibrations. I had to pull back on that because when I first started my business, I came out with everything. I was doing too much, so I had to take my time. So I focused on one thing. With that being said, That is the Creations by Us. You can go check me out, see what it's looking like. In the process, I obtained my certification in life coaching, empowerment coaching, spiritual coaching, self-trained plus extra the professional astrologer, which in turn, now I am a professional astrologer. I'm a tarot reader, and I'm a numerology practitioner. All this is keys to raise vibrations collectively, period. So I just put out my astrology and tarot services, which I'm doing a nice little promotion, $5. If you got $5, it's some the promotion. Some of them is from now to the end of January. Some of them is a month. So you go check me out. And starting next year, I'll be launching my coaching business, and it has a segment that's for felons, but I'll get it all into that. So this is where I'm at today. Thank God. And if you know I'm running a few podcasts because I got a lot to say. I could talk. But that's why I'm going to try my best to stay on track. So if you've been following my podcast, then you know. If not, then start following me. Y'all know that I understand the importance of positive vibes and positive energy. I understand high vibrations and high frequencies. I understand the intention that you set. What you put your intentions on is what you manifest into your life. I know that if things is not going right in my life, I know that it's me. I know it's that in my thinking. I know I'm manifesting these things into my life. And I just feel like if we all thought on a more positive level, we could raise the vibrations collectively. It's not that easy though, because we go back to childhood trauma. That's where we got to start at. So I'm not going to get into all that, but I'm just going to lay the foundation there. All right, let's get into the episode. So, if I'm being honest, I don't know if it's worse, like having parents that were separate when at birth, or if being together and then separating. So if you know, I went through the second part of it. My parents were together. So as a child, I don't remember turmoil, but when it got to a certain age, violence. I mean, my dad was really violent with my mom. And I'm just going to speak up one time. I ain't going to tell y'all everything, but they had a shootout in the house. We were kids. And I got 5 sisters and brothers. All together is 5 of us. Well, 6 of us, but 5 of them is my mom and dad. And my mom and dad has 4 together, plus my older brother, which my dad raised. I didn't find out he wasn't his father until I was like a teenager. And then I have my 4 of us from my dad's side and my younger brother. That's not my mom's. I'm probably confusing you, but either way, they can vouch for this. So my dad had this temper thing, and one time my mom was gone too long. She came home. He snatched her up. He choked her. And when she jumped up, she put out her gun and she started shooting. And then he started shooting, and we were all in the house. We were kids. I mean, bullets was flying everywhere. It was like the Matrix in there. Like I was like in the 3rd or 4th grade, you know what I mean? And this is a type of violence, but this is what I was used to. I thought this was normal. So let me put that out there. This is where I'm setting the foundation here because this is all I knew. Okay, so somewhere along the way, and I got to put a disclaimer out here. I already talked to my mom, and it's a while ago, and asked her about her business, and she was okay. She had said she has nothing to be embarrassed of, although I'm not here to tell her business, but some things I have to say in order to get to where I'm going. So me and my siblings, for some reason, we always had an understanding of what my mom was going through. My mom lost her mom when she was 12 or 13 years old. She came in the house and her mom was passed away. So she was raised, she was adopted and stuff, and she had her struggles. But then she met my dad. My dad was a bit of a control freak, abusive, so I know she needed this freedom. So then, snowfall. Woo! Crack hit the scene, baby. You heard me? I'm talking about motherfuckers was going wild and crazy. Motherfuckers was leaving their kids at home in dumpsters, all type of shit. We're like, what the fuck is this, right? Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. But it was something that I knew even as a young kid. I remember hearing about lawyers and shit. And I always wanted to be a lawyer. And I knew that was really important. So I'm like, damn, if a lawyer is going to go out here and smoke crack and do all that, it must be serious. So I never blamed my mother. I just wanted her to get better. So now, when my mom finally found this sense of freedom, she was ready to go. She was ready to bang it out with my dad for whatever. So finally, she left, or he put her out. I can't remember which one. I think he put her out. And then he left. And he left us all. They left us on the house by ourselves. It was all five of us for like a month and a half. And then me and my older sister, she about 3 years older than me, we was just raising the 2 little ones. And then my older brother was doing whatever he did. Boom. Next thing you know, children's service come knock at the door. Now, he didn't just leave us. He came and he dropped us off money. We went and bought food and we ate. He came and visit us all the time. Visit us, okay? Like we was in jail, or, like we wasn't his kids and shit. So, but I also don't blame him, because he was young too. He was a young father. And his father was very abusive. He didn't know no better. They were parenting us the way they were parented, on the way they knew how. And this is the way I think. I'm not saying everybody has to be this forgiving and open, but this is the way I think. Because holding on to it ain't going to help. I know all about growing up in a fucked up environment and adopting things that doesn't align with yours. It's not the right way, but you don't know yet. Okay, so moving on. So we get to foster home. I think we're there for about 2 years. Boop, everything good. We end up back home. And this is where my life started, okay? Let's talk about, now, I got a lot of disruptive shit before then as a child. But like I said, I'm working on this series called I Am Black Widow, and it's going to have all that in there. So this is as far as I'm going to go for my childhood. That should be enough disruption, let you know that we were fucked, all 5 of us. All right? I'm going to stop y'all. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. No, listen. I don't think people smoke cigarettes anymore. Because every time one of my daughter's friends or something like see me smoke a cigarette and they get into it, she's like, that's why your mom smokes cigarettes. And I just was like, okay. I said, well, what do you get mad for? I do. But anyways, I see how I just got off the subject. Okay, so I'm going to take a break. I'm not going to smoke no cigarettes. Sorry. It's like I'm just going to take a break real quick, because this is a lot. I need to retrain my mind, make sure I stay focused. Y'all ain't going to know I took a break, but I know I'm taking a break. And I'm just talking because I'm just letting y'all know. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm being open. I'm being myself. I'm being original. And this is me. No bars. No cap. I'll be back. Yeah. You see how I changed that tempo up? Because that's how quick my life switched up, okay? Little Miss Good Girl Gone Bad. What? Okay. Check it out. I'm a hustler, baby. And I want you to know it's not worth. No, I'm just joking. For real, though. So, next thing you know, and I'm going to speak my story, I was hustling at 13, okay? I'm not going to put everybody in it, but me and a few of my little peeps, my gangster days, it's so bad. We made a plan to take the money from the school, the candy sales. Now, I was scared to steal. One of the people that was with us, she was on point. So either way, guys, it was 3 of us, right? The person who actually did we're all guilty by association. So I ain't putting just, like I was all innocent or anything. But, karma got a way of smacking my ass right back. Because when I tell you, to this day, we never talked about this. I know damn well that it was more than 40-40 cut for me and the other person. And there was no way it was 3. It was, hold up. She got it. There was no way it was only $120. No way. She took all the money from the school, okay, the candy sales. We didn't know any better. It took me to, hold up, man, she got us, man. But that's what happens. Whenever I do something I ain't supposed to do, it gets me right back. That's how I know my karma is clean. Or that's what I believe. So anyways, we bought a little, back in the days we called them hookups with the $40. Because you could do that back in the days, Get 40 for 80, 20 for, that's how it went. So next thing you know, this had became a career of mine. Then I got pregnant at 15. I didn't even have a place to go. Okay, let me take that back. It was a place for me to go. It was always a place for me to go. This house, it's all family. They would never let nobody go without. So let me put that out there. I was just going through my own things. I didn't have a personal place to stay. So I would just sit on this log all day, just pregnant and miserable. I cried when I found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh gosh, my life won't change. I didn't want my dad to find out anything because I knew he was going to be disappointed because I was his lawyer. One thing he did is speak life into me. He did that. And I don't know if it was not for him speaking life into me, the first very impressionable years, I might have been fucked by now. I might not. I'm telling you, that's how up and down shit was. But I remained optimistic. We kind of all did in a sense, though. I've never heard us all get together and bash or really talk. We went through this, we went through that. And I'm not saying it's the best thing because you got to get that shit out. But I don't even think we even associated this with trauma. This is the crazy shit I'm talking about. So, anyways, next thing you know, and don't get me wrong, I did work jobs too. So next thing you know, I'm 18. I'm going to skip over the whole relationship shit because, baby, when I tell you the way I changed my earrings is the way I changed them black eyes when I was in that relationship, okay? And I was 14. Along the way, I picked up a drinking habit when I was 14. And when I tell you I would drink a grown man under the table back in the days. I'm not lying. Like, I used to get to price to buy 50 cent beers and shit. Like, I would be sitting on the pavement passed out and shit. Me and the father of my child, we was drinking, but we would get shit-faced, you hear me? And just fight, That's all I knew. I didn't think there was nothing wrong with it. But the older family, they'd be so mad at me. What is wrong with you? You walk around with the damn black eye. I mean, they'd be cussing me out. And I just they don't understand me. They don't understand, or whatever. And they didn't understand. I didn't understand myself either. So anyways, boom, out that relationship. Now I get into a marriage. And the marriage is, woo, man. This motherfucker was a serial cheater. You hear me? He was compulsive cheater to the point where it was just like, bro, why are we even married? I just got to a point where I just shut down. I just didn't even care. And years later, he asked me, why did you let me do all that? I said, you was a grown man, baby. There was no way I'm not chasing no grown man around me, dude. And he was 9 years older than me. So I felt a little inferior to him. I'm not going to lie. And he made me feel like that. And I told him that. Anyways, we had a nice conversation a few years ago, maybe a year ago. And then the question came, we're going to get back together. I'm going to get my family back. I said, bruh, I am not the same person I was when I wasn't even that person I was when we was together. I was pretending to be somebody because my last relationship was so toxic. I thought if I approached this differently, then things would turn out differently. But come to find out, that passive me wasn't working. He needed to assert me, but if we would have been fine, because I had a lot of black eyes in that relationship too. Guns being pulling me and everything. Like, it was wild, After that, after I walked away from that marriage, I said, I'm done with that part. Another man can't put his hands on me, and I meant that. It happened maybe twice after that. But it didn't happen for a long time. And we went to war when it did. War. I'm talking about teacher stone and everything. But anyways. So I used to drink. I mean, party, drink, sell drugs, party, drink, sell drugs. Hustle. I was a single mom. And this is the part where the parent to come in at. You couldn't have told me I wasn't a great parent. I was there for my kids, but not, if you chasing a dollar, oh gosh, it was awful when I think back about it. But I kept the rent paid, the bills paid. I was on Section 8 for 2 years, and I lost it because of some bull crap. Nothing with the police or anything. It was just a mistake. And right when we was about to move, I remember him sending me a letter. I'll never forget. We was packing up to move, and it's this process you got to go through when you have a Section 8. And just the same that we was supposed to move, I got a letter in the mail saying that they took my Section 8. I remember sitting down in the middle of the parking lot and crying. What are me and my kids going to do now? Because it's the first time something like this had ever happened. Then they found out there was a mistake, and they wanted me to come to a hearing. So I went to the hearing. Then they wanted me to come again. I said, And I said, listen here. I said, I'm cool on that Section 8. I said, first of all, I felt like y'all had my whole future in y'all hands. And then when y'all made the mistake, y'all just talked to me like I was nothing. I said, I'm good on that. Boy, did I make a mistake. I hated that I did that. But I meant every word of it. I said I stood on it. And I felt proud of myself. But man, did I pay for that later on. Whew, it was hard to pay some rent. You hear me? At the end of it all, I ended up with 3 kids for a long time. So it's me and 3 kids. My husband is in jail. We're not even together anymore. And I'm just doing me at this time. Somewhere along the line, guys. Are you rolling? Are you rolling? Bitch, I might be. Bitch, I might. No. I started taking Percocets. And the drinking completely stopped. And when I tell you that, I will never forget this. A friend of mine telling me, like, okay, so let me just explain. I like to educate myself on things. I've always been like that. So, I've seen what smoking crack do to you, right? I seen it. I witnessed it firsthand. I sold it, so I knew. So I wasn't going to go that route. I never seen nobody drink. Drink it just look cool. So boom. Pills. I've never heard of addiction ever before this. I promise you, I didn't. So my friend was telling me like, man, you don't want to start that, Krista, man. I'm telling you, your body. Like, what the fuck? I'm saying no little pill gonna have me like about 3 months later. Woo! I never forget that feeling. And it was on a popping for a long time. And when I wake up with time, I say, it's Perk 45. And I'm Perk 45. Perk 30. It was always Perk 30. And I'm talking about the time. It was always Perk 30, Perk 45, or a quarter to Perk. You hear me? Because at some point, I started working for the pill. So I remember thinking, oh no, I got to go get some help. I always want better. I always want to be better than I was yesterday. That's something about me that has never changed, even before my awakening, y'all. So I remember going like, oh gosh, I can't live like this. I can't do it. I don't like it. So I went and got help. I went to this detox center. Y'all, I thought they was going to tell me some magic. Listen, I said, oh yeah, they're going to tell me how to stop. Because I knew how to stop. I just didn't know how to not go back. Because I was in that same environment. And I'm hustling. I'm saying, and I'm doing all this. So that's part of it. It's like the hustle man's drug, And then I'm going to tell you what I came up with a little later. So anyways, I'll get to that program. And I'm sitting there waiting patiently for him to tell me what I'm supposed to do to keep. When this motherfucker said I had to do it on my own, I was done with these people. I was done. I don't think I was receptive to anything they said. They would call me addict. I was ready. I'm a what now? I wasn't receptive to anything. So I was like, man, I'm done. I'm just gonna stop. Silly me went right out to the same neighborhood, same environment, did the same thing, back at the same place. So that went on for a while. So I think I've been to detox like 3 times. I never graduated to anything else. It was perks. So, when I tell you, it was a battle. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So somewhere along the way, my fiance came into the picture. And we were together when we were in my childhood. Like, as soon as me and my baby's father broke up when I was 18, 17 going on 18. He had just got out of jail, the guy that I'm talking about. We were together for a while. Got pregnant and ended up having a baby. After I found out I was pregnant, I realized I was still in love with my baby's father. I loved him, but I was in love with my baby's father, and I was used to chaos. He treated me good. He was nice. He didn't cuss. He didn't do none of that. He was great. He would give me his laugh. On the other hand, I had this asshole, but I ran back to this asshole for some more torture. Whatever. So I always thought in the back of my head, he was always the one that got away with me. I realized. I compared everybody to him. He never knew that, but I did. Shit, he wouldn't do that. If he was, anyways, we ended up getting back together. And woo-wee, he had a trick for my ass. He was not the same person, okay? He said me and his baby's mother had turned him into a different animal. And he was. But that's neither here nor anyways. We were fighting this. I was addicted to the Percocets, and he was addicted to partying and drinking. So that's one of the things I'm talking about. Like, it was a chaotic relationship. I loved him. He loved me. I knew that. But we were both trying to find. We were lost. The environment we grew up in, we still trying to figure things out. And then anyways, I got pregnant and we lost our twins. It was awful. And then, January, my father passed away. We went to go view my father's body. I was pregnant again. After I lost twins, I got pregnant again. And the crazy thing is I wasn't going to do it. Okay? I said when we was in the hospital, I said, can you tie my tubes? And he turned around, he said, baby, I thought we were going to have another try for another baby. And I'm like, what? I'm trying to finish school. I'm like, after we finish school, I said, you know what? I won't get the shot. I'm not going to purposely try, but if it happens, it happens. So it ended up happening. And thank God it did. So we went to go view my father's body. This was in April. This was March the 1st and 2nd. I lost my twins. I had them on different days. So now we're skipping all the way ahead to the next year, January. Right around Martin Luther King's Day. My father's in prison. He passed away. Now I have to figure out that I was a daddy's girl when he was around. We went to view my father's body, y'all. I went to night school. I was going to school for criminal justice. When I came home, he was murdered. He was fucking murdered. I lost it, y'all. I lost my mind completely. Him and my dad in the same. I didn't know who to grieve and who to mourn. When I tell you I lost it, that grief, and I'm going to do an episode on grief too. For the, is it the thought-provoking talk one? Yeah, I believe it's the thought-provoking talk one. I'm not really sure. I got to go with my notes. Anyways, y'all, it was a pain, a heartbreak I had never experienced in my life. And I didn't know what to do with it. I remember one day I was sitting with a handful of medicine. I thought, I'm going to take this. And my friend ended up walking in. And I was like, what was that? I think I had never had that thought. It's like I lost purpose. Like, and don't get me wrong, my kids is my life and my purpose. And if you've never been in that situation, you won't ever understand what I'm saying. It was like, I'm praying for my kids. It was my heart was broken. I just didn't know how to fix it. Like I was trying to self-medicate. I started taking Xanax. I did that for like a month. Oh my gosh, that's the worst thing ever. Like everybody on the West Side, everybody at the bar sleeping. Nobody ordering drinks because motherfuckers sleeping and snoring. I said, no, I can't do this. So I stopped taking the Xanax. Because I never liked downers, I don't know what, I just wanted something to take the pain away, that's it. When I used to see my cousin, she'd be sleeping, and I'd be like, man, I just want this pain to go away. So I never properly grieved. And anytime I was sober, it was awful. And I had nobody to talk to or to communicate with because nobody understood. You know what I mean? Nobody understood the pain. It got to the point people was like, you need to get over it. And I started to feel like I needed to get over it. But then I went and talked to the grief counselor, and she's like, you never have to get over it. And I was like, oh, really? And then my Aunt Vicky, she's passed away now. She's passed away 2 years ago. She told me the simplest shit ever. It was the simplest shit. You got to let your heart break. And I said, wow, I do. And that was the thing I was holding on to stop my heart from breaking. On top of that, I couldn't get over the fact that he was alone and what he was thinking. Before when he got shot 6 times, one in the back, that he was walking away from the people. He didn't even know there was a problem. And I don't even like to think about it, but that's the story. So my life, that was in 2013, my life spiraled. And plus he had all the money. I mean, everything we owned, he had in his pocket because he was going to do whatever he did. Because we were kind of like business partners too. So when I tell you, I ended up losing my place. I ended up losing custody of my kids. And this was simply because when I was pregnant, I'm just telling you all, this is just the honest truth. I took a Xanax, and I didn't take one for it was about 7 days. And when I had my son, they still sent some in his system. So they opened up the case on him. Now, right on top of all this, my middle son and my daughter, my oldest son and my second oldest daughter is over their father's house with him and his girlfriend. My son has allergies. His girlfriend gives him an allergy pill with her name on it, or her son's name, and he takes the pill bottle to school. The pill bottle fall out of his pocket. They see it, they have to call teacher service. They just opened up a case, and what's the fucking odds of that? So they opened up a case on all of them. Oh, then it really went to hell. Oh my gosh. So because I was doing what I was doing, I was touching stuff. So when I would drop, it was there and I didn't know. That's how they took it. Like, they would give me a chance. Okay, you got to drop clean. So I'm like, okay, cool. I stopped taking the perks. I did take a few Tremolos because it didn't show up. So I'm thinking I'm doing good. And one day she popped up at my daughter's house like, you're dirty. And I'm like, dirty for what? And when she told me, I'm thinking, I really want to tell her what I'm doing. But then I'm weighing the two of the lesser evil. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, cool. But what I will tell you is, I was a different type of hustler. When I tell you, I treated everybody with kindness. I let people come live with me if they had nowhere to go. I try to talk them out of doing what they were doing. And on top of that, like, I will always want to know their story. My mom used to say, because she's the nicest hustler I know. She called me Miss Crystal. She used to say, you ain't gonna have no customers. You're gonna talk them all into getting clean. I was like, shit, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But anyways, from the time I was 14 all the way up until 2015, y'all, never caught a case, never caught a felony. I know I had a greater purpose. I just knew it. I knew it. So anyways, I'm distraught and I'm beat down and I just don't have no purpose in life. None. And one day I was like, I messed up. I had all my rent money put up, but then I took a few hundred and blew it. And when it came time to pay the rent, I didn't have it. So I called my baby's fathers, both of them, to ask them, because I didn't ask them for nothing. I was doing everything myself. So one of my baby's fathers said, yeah, I'll help you. The other one, because I had some of it, the other one said, yeah. But then my husband, then he was like, do I want to get back together? And I was like, no. He's like, well, I ain't got the money. I was like, well, listen, I'm moving to North Carolina because my sister was already pressing me to come. I'm just done with this. I'm done. Just make what I'm thinking. So this is when it became an end, because part of me knew in my head, I ain't really going to North Carolina. I'm just saying this. But I was like, you know what? It was like two parts in me I can't explain it. So I sent my kids down to my mom's house. And I blew that bitch out. I blew that house out so bad. SWAT kicked in my door. That was it for me. I was done. Luckily, there was nothing in there. I said, okay. It was when I went to jail for one day. When I came out, people wish I didn't have nothing, you know. But somebody did help me out. But somebody took all my customers, so I didn't have nothing. And a little bit of money I was making, I spent on cigarettes shit. People treated me so, I couldn't believe it. These are the people I opened my home to. These are the people I treated this way. These people I gave. And never asked for nothing in return. They kicked me when I was down. They treated me bad. They talked about me behind my back. And I was going through the worst time of my life at this particular moment. And I just felt like I don't belong here anymore. This is not my vibe. I'd rather be around people that don't know me. And I don't have to take anything personal to be around the people that I love. I grew up with. I mean, it was painful. It hurted. So I said, to hell with this. I said, I'm just done with this. I want change. Now, mind you, the whole time I've been using it, I wanted change. But it's one thing to want it. It's one thing to want it. And that's why I always tell some of my people when they ask me, can you help such and such? They have to want it. That's the key right there. That's the only key. That is the only key. I don't care who won it for you. You have to want it. So I got to North Carolina. And I ran into this dude. We started dating. Still the same stuff. You know, he was doing his thing. Hey, friends, I apologize for the interception. But I'm going to have to conclude this episode right here and pick back up on the next episode. Why? Because if you've been listening and you follow me, you know I don't like making my episodes too long. Because some people can't stay focused that long, you know? So don't worry, I got part 2 right behind this. Anyways, guys, remember to protect your energy like the Secret Service protect the president, okay? Your energy is expensive. Be mindful how you spend it. And always remember, if ain't nobody rooting for you, your girl Crystal right here is rooting for you. I am on a mission to raise vibration. I'm on a mission to send positive vibes your way. Namaste, my baby. Catch me in part 2. Hey. No. Let's do that call to action. We might as well. Go check me out at www.inspirevibrations.com. I have a promotion going on where you can pay $5, a minimum of $5, and get a 5 to 10 minute natal chart interpretation. Either your big 3, your Chiron, or your Destiny, which is your North and South nodes. I got some tarot readings, $5 and $7, some promotional readings. It's a lot of promotions going on, some of them for 30 days, some of them until the end of January. Go check me out. Check out my other podcast if you're in astrology, Creepily Accurate Astrology podcast. And most of all, go grab your pair of them earrings, man. Come on. Ain't nobody out here putting intention to raise your vibration in their jewelry, okay? Okay. All right, my friends. Creations by us, inspired by vibrations. Peace.